what happened here today?
Well, it was approximately 2:30. A vehicle was traveling, a maroon truck was traveling westbound on the Grand Parkway. At the same time, at least 4 other vehicles were traveling eastbound in the eastbound lanes of the Grand Parkway. Witnesses advised that the truck that was traveling westbound drifted off the road, hit the right side of his vehicle against the concrete wall, and then veered hard to the left, where he then crossed over the median of the Grand Parkway and entered the eastbound lanes. Upon entering the eastbound lanes, he struck a metal guardrail, and with his speed and the angle, his vehicle, we believe, kind of became airborne a bit, and it struck the first vehicle that was traveling eastbound pretty high up on the vehicle, so it kind of, that eastbound vehicle almost acted like a ramp. So when it kind of sheared off most of that first vehicle, then it struck a second vehicle that was also traveling eastbound, and then a third, and then a fourth. Ultimately, the truck that was traveling westbound, the one that crossed into the eastbound lanes, that vehicle overturned onto its side. EMS and Sheriff's Office personnel were dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, there's 2 confirmed fatalities on the scene. 4 other people, 5 total people were transported to the hospital. 4 in the vehicles that were traveling eastbound. And the driver of the at-fault vehicle was also transported to the hospital. None of those personnel who were transported to the hospital appear to have any life-threatening injuries at this time. The vehicle that caused the crash, not quite sure what happened. Says he doesn't really know. We're not exactly sure what actual factor played into that part, other than he crossed into oncoming traffic. While he was traveling westbound, he crossed into the eastbound lanes. He does not appear to be intoxicated. He is cooperating, and again, his injuries are relatively minor in comparison to the scene. I've been with the Sheriff's Office for about 23 years. It's one of the worst scenes I've seen. Just the totality, the damage, affected multiple vehicles, things like that.
How fast do you think that truck was going?
I'm not sure. The speed limit here is 75. With what happened after the accident and during the accident, I would say that's consistent, that he was probably doing close to the speed limit of 75 miles an hour.
And you say the truck first?
There was one in a silver HHR, which is going to be the vehicle to y'all's far left on the shoulder. And then this other vehicle up front, I think it was a silver Volvo.
Did he land on top of that SUV over there to the right or something?
Not necessarily like landing on it, but grazing it more is what it looks like.
How long do you expect the tollway to be closed down for?
I would say at least another hour or 2 minimum.
In both directions?
Yes.
And so the truck essentially first hit the far right.
Yes.
So crossed
There's some
over,
damage right here to y'all's right where he first hit.
So was driving in the right lane, bounced off the wall, came over 1, 2, 3 lanes of traffic, including the median.
Yes.
So he's alert and talking, but hasn't indicated whether or not he had a medical emergency or anything like that.
He's not aware. He did say that he has a history of seizures. So that could be a factor. Again, we're not going to know until we look into a little bit more medical records, etc.
Too early to tell, obviously, if there's going to be any charges or anything like that. You got other things to worry about, like you said.
I'm sorry.
Too early, obviously, to tell if there's going to be any charges or any kind of...
Correct. Once we complete the investigation, we'll forward the entire case over to the district attorney's office, and it'll be presented to the grand jury, most likely, and they'll make the ultimate determination if there will be any charges filed.
What can you tell us about the deceased?
I know there's one appears to be elderly black male in the silver HHR on the far left, and a middle-aged white female in the silver Volvo.
If somebody has a history of seizures, typically you're not allowed you're supposed to be driving, correct?
each case, I think it's case-by-case basis, but they would have to be signed off by a doctor that it is okay for them to drive. But yes, typically, if you have seizures, you shouldn't be driving.
Did he go through either of these? I mean, I assume apparently he went around this main rail right here. He wasn't in the way, right?
Well, due to the position of it, he just happened to, when he crossed over, it just wasn't in the area where this particular rail was.
Back down there, maybe?
Yeah. But further on, he did hit, I guess it's more of a metal rail.
The cable rail?
Cable rail, yes, sir.
So he did go through that?
Yes.
And is that meant to be strong enough to stop a speeding car?
I'm not sure on the streets on them, but frequently they do break, especially at speed 75, 80 miles an hour.
Sergeant, we know the woman was driving the silver SUV that was pretty damaged, but the male, what was he driving? The male person that's deceased.
He is in the Super HHR.
So both vehicles were in this HHR?
No. One elderly, appears to be elderly black male in the silver HHR, and a middle-aged white female in the silver Volvo to the right over here along this side of the roadway.
Okay.
You
And
said
a total of 6 vehicles involved in this, including this
I think
one?
it's, if you include this one, I think it's 6.
6.
1, 2, 3.
And what happened to this?
I think there's.
This one just got some debris on it. It's up here.
So this is.
There's another vehicle or two that are there, but they just stopped. They got stuck.
Gotcha. Okay, so 60. You said that this is one of the worst accidents you've seen in 23 years. Can you just kind of explain, as for you and first responders, kind of roll up to an accident like this, what goes through your head?
Well, for us, it's like kind of like a puzzle. We try to put it back together and see what happened. Part of the investigation. Obviously we see far too many of them in Harris County, but it's part of what we do. It kind of just come up and do what you're supposed to do.
If I'm seeing correctly, that is the license they have, like that past that car is
Yes.
that's what he's doing.
You're dealing with.
That's the one he the first one he hit, and it took off a lot of that vehicle. It looks like it just kind of blew up.
Sergeant, any signs of maybe distraction on the phone or anything like that?
No signs of that at this time.
Was the person that was driving this vehicle, the truck, was he a young person or is he like a...
I'm not sure.
Sure.
Have the families been notified about their loved ones?
Not that I'm aware of.
Sergeant, thanks. Appreciate it. Be busy.
Yes.